So, sabi ng anak na millennial, the world has changed a lot kasi. So, kailangan namin ngayon to be more cautious about safety.
Kapag sinita sila ng magulang nila or they were asked of something, sabi ko nga sa'yo, mas matapang pa sa magulang.
Sabi ng nanay na baby boomer, I notice yung pagpapalaki mo sa anak mo, hindi ka na masyadong strict sa gender roles. Kami dati, clear kung ano yung para sa lalaki at ano yung para sa babae. Good morning, mahal.
Good morning, mahal. Tea tayo. Sa ating mga kaibigan na nandito, tayo mag-tsaa muna. Pampagising ng umaga.
Yeah. Preparation of the tummy for a sumptuous meal. Ang topic natin ngayon ay tungkol sa parenting across generation.
Usually, we're going to discuss this particular topic based sa request ng ating mga kaibigan.
This is in response to the request of marami din kasi nagtatanong ano bang kaibahan noon at ngayon? Siguro let's we define muna
ang alam ko lang kasi ang alam ko lang kasi generation na nag-exist yung Generation Z.
Yung greatest lang tayo 19th century. So, the greatest generation, ito yung born
But gusto mo pa ba mag-18? Gusto mo mag-18th century? Siyempre 19th century.
Data nun. World War meron. The greatest generation, ito yung born from 1901 to 1927. So, ito yung mga generation, mga lolo't lola natin. So,
okay.
Ito yung after World War II na sobrang laki ng family. And ito rin yung generation na hard work talaga kasi na experience nila yung World War. So, loss and hard times yun. Kaya yung parenting style naman nila, medyo realistic and pragmatic way of living The next naman yung silent generation. Ito yung from 1928 to 1945. Ito naman yung generation na working with the system. Parang sumusunod lang ba? Kasi ito yung mga anak ng mga hardworking, 'di ba? Mga hardworking and values values what you have. So ito parang sunod-sunuran. Yung parenting style nila quiet lang. Pag discipline their child, they see to it na hindi siya nagko-call ng attention. And palagi naka-heads down. They just do what they had to do. Walang clamor. And ito yung mga bata pa, nagiging parents na. Many of the silents raise their children to be seen and not heard. Tapos, ito na yung parents natin, yung mga baby boomers. These are the parents from 1946 to 1964. Before that, yung parent from the
baby boomers, di ba?
Yung parent from the 1950s, yung mga baby boomers, ito yung sinasabing, tapusin mo yung pagkain mo, ubusin mo yan kasi ibang batang hindi kumakain. Walang pagkain.
Okay.
Mga ganon. Parenting in the 1980s, so ito yung Generation X. So, ito yung, tapusin mo yung homework mo, mag-aral ka mabuti kasi yung iba nga hindi ka nakapag-aral. They hope na sila yung nasa posisyon mo. Parang ganon sila. Value education Tapos, yung mga millennials naman na parents, sila naman yung finish your avocado toast. Because yung ibang kids on Instagram would kill for your brunch pictures. So, parang more of how you look like on social media. Okay, let's move on to the discussion. So, baby boomers from 1946 to 1964. Ito yung mga parents natin, parents ng Gen X, parents ng millennials. Kaya baby boomers tawag kasi dito yung parang ang taas ng birth rate.
Pero okay.
Yung parenting style nila, ito yung mga authoritative, sobrang strict, and ini-expect talaga nila obedience. Ito yun. At saka this generation, they raise their children with a focus on wanting the best of them. So, ito yung kailangan mag-college ka, kailangan pumunta ng kanino school, kailangan ito yung course mo, Well, this generation, since wala pa naman masyadong digital nito, TV pa lang, so face-to-face communication talaga to and physical activities. They really believe in work before play. Talaga focus ka on job security, work. This generation, they're the ones who emphasize traditional family values, stability and hard work. Yung mga anak nila, ito na yung Generation X, born from 1965 to 1980. The Gen Xers, focused on parenting talaga. They are the ones who grants independence dun sa mga anak nila. They focus on learning about parenting. Talagang kinakarir nila yung pagiging parent and caring about work-life balance. So, ito yung generation na dapat yung work ko has to be aligned with my family goals. Ganun. I have to spend time with family. Dapat ganun yun. Sila yung generation na yun. They value the importance of individualism and sila din yung gusto mag-volunteer and involve in their kids' development. With technology, kaya na-coin term dyan the seniors. Iba sinasabi from 1970 to 1980s. Yung iba naman from yung mga late years towards the millennial years naman. Dito kasi nakikita yung transition. So, sila yung nakaranas ng pagsisimula ng computer age. Although they are not accepted academically, but they are coined as such to give importance on the unique experience na parang coming of age of the transition from analog to the digital living. So, sila yung bridge ng analog and digital. Yan pala yung term, analog and digital. So, yun. Ito yung mga, kaya tayo, diba, we have a strong sense of nostalgia ng pop culture ng 90s, ng 80s, kasi ito yung mga formative years. And ito yung mix ng old, dito makikita mo, itong generation na to, there's a mix of old school and modern values. Makikita mo ditong yung pagka-skeptic and self-reliant ng Gen X, at the same time, yung priority of work-life balance and social consciousness naman ng mga millennials.
Okay.
So, sa millennials naman, ito na yun ngayon, yung they can't live without cellphone. Ito yung parang talaga, rapid technological advancement. Dito nakikita kasi yun eh. Parenting style, they involve their children in decision making and value open communication. Itong, kaya nakikita mo yung mga anak ng mga millennials, so outspoken. Kasi yun ang ini-instill nila. That's the parenting style kasi of the millennials. And even in the Gen X, dyan nagsisimula kasi they're the transitional generation, diba? So, dyan nagsisimula na because napaka-strict ng mga baby boomers, their parent, ayaw nila maranasan ng mga anak nila yan. They prioritize instilling to their children, I'm giving you freedom to decide on what you want, syempre with our guidance, and then dito yung we have open communication. Instead of being strict on what course you need to take, they encourage creativity and adaptability. Yung mga critical thinkers, dito yun. Sila yung nagmo-mold nun. And they prioritize flexible work arrangements just to fit in with their priority to have quality family time and experience over material possessions. Dito yung mga YOLO. Kasi experience over material kasi to eh. And they have a term for, parents. They call them the helicopter parent. Then the Gen Z, they are the ones born from 1997 to present. These are the young parents. So, more hands-on sila. And they get to balance the support and independence. And yung value naman nila dito is yung EQ, emotional intelligence. So, mas open sila to discuss with their children their feelings and concern. They're in between valuing traditional and experiential learning. So, they promote curiosity and syempre, because of we're in the digital era, we focus on digital literacy din. And they're the ones also who encourage responsible usage of technology. Well, same lang din sila with the millennials. They value work arrangement that align with their values and family commitments. Pro-family din sila. And lastly, yung Generation Alpha, starting from 2010 onwards, to the present. Ito yung mga young kids pa. Ito yung mga kiddos pa. Ito yung mga generation born entirely in the 21st century. So, currently tayong nag-guide sa generation na to, hoping them to be world changers and be the best that they can be. So, yun yung mga different generations. So, how is it ba, Mahal? Ikaw, how were you brought up by your parents? And diba, you were also close to your lolo?
I was raised by my lolo.
So, how were you brought up then?
I was born sa US and then I was brought here at an early age. But mixture parang ganun eh. May conservative pero may konting leniency din. Kasi dalawang kultura yun eh. Philippine culture tsaka Western culture yung nag-brought out sa akin. Pag dito, syempre Lolito, conservative type. Pag sa US kasi, it's more of, di ba, yung pagiging independent mo. Pero I mean, kasi si mom naman is Chinese, Filipina naman. So, I can say, wala namang ganong pagkaiba sa raising ni Lolito. Ang iba lang kasi yung environment, di ba, yung surroundings, di ba? Iba kasi yung dito, iba yung sa Amerika. You know, we are taught to be independent but disciplined individual, no? We have some, sabihin natin na leniency na konti, but the discipline is still certain push, diba? Most especially yung what do you call this, manners inside the house. Hindi naman siya yung tipong alam mo nasa barracks ka, nasa military, ano ka. No, we are free to discuss what's bothering us, what's inside our head, you know, and they do listen naman. They do give advices, you know, and yun, pag nasa US ka na kasi, hindi kayo, if I want something, if okay naman sa kanila, okay lang, you can do what you, as long as naroon yung rules na impose namin. Dapat alam mo yung mga do's and don'ts na ini-impose nila sa'yo. Siguro, mas magandang, nandun yung strict discipline pa rin. And same naman, nung nandito sa Philippines, mas stricter lang nga si Lolito since he felt that he's more responsible dahil malayo ako sa family ko. I can do naman whatever I want provided na of course, meron approval coming from them din. Hindi yung basta maisip mo, gawin mo without considering na may parents ka pala, meron ka palang Lolito na dapat na i-consider, diba?
True, no? Kasi yun tayo, ako din.
Iba din kasi pagpapalaki. Kita ko rin kasi hindi pa rin sa pagpapalaki ng parents saka ng mga granny. So sa akin parang every time na nandoon ako sa US, it's really a big adjustment for me kasi siyempre kasama ko ng mga parents ko. Am I confused with the discipline? May times na gano'n kasi parang bakit sa US pwede, bakit dito hindi? Ano may gano'n? But then again, siguro with the proper guidance and explanation, na-adapt ko na rin siya.
Yung pino-force ng kurso. Naalala ko dati may pinsan ako ayaw talaga niya mag-engineer. Gusto niya mag-lawyer. Parang he's into politics and ganyan. Pero gusto ng aunt ko na mag-engineer siya. Yun, nag-rebel siya. Di siya pumapasok. At saka matalino yun, sayang So, he ended up became a police and now he's a police general. And, you know, he did pursue pa din yung gusto niya. Kasi nga pinipilit. Kasi yun nga ang dati. Sila yung pipili ng course for you. They will choose the path for you. Yun yung...
And sa akin, same as may naman. Maybe you're thinking bakit laki ko sa lolo ko and nasa Amerika yung parents ko and yung mga kapatid ko. Because during that time, medyo kamamatay lang kasi ng lola ko. Ang lola ko will be left behind. Dahil wala, isang anak na kasi ang mami ko. So, wala siyang family talaga na we look after him, di ba? And my mom is of course, nag-aalala siya dahil mag-isa lang yung dad niya, yung papa niya dito. Upon the decision of my both parents, akong pinadala. At dapat talaga si Wax, since mas matanda siya sa akin. Kaya lang during that time, medyo masasakitin siya ng time na yun. So, mas mag-aalala sila kung siya ang ipasasama dito and gano'n yung condition niya. So, franchise kasi yung youngest brother ko, baby pa yun. So, ako talaga ang pwedeng maipadala. Hindi pwedeng umuwi si mami ko kasi ang dad ko, dun talaga talagang dun pinanganak ang daddy ko. Even naman si mom, dun din mo siya pinanganak. Meaning ko lang yung family nila, dun talaga nag-root sa US.
Pero they don't have experience here in the Philippines.
Oo, wala sila experience dito sa Philippines. Pero pabalik-balik naman ako. Pagka vacation time, uwi ako doon. Pagka school time, balik ko dito. Yun. And with regards sa family, na-mention mo nga, diba, yun yung time na, yun yung generation na instead of yung gusto mo, di ba, yung gusto nila, ang gusto nilang masunod when it comes sa pag-taking up sa course, ang reason nila, pero hindi naman itong reason ng ng parents ko. Ang reason kasi naman iba, ay anak kita, di ba? So, sumunod ka sa akin. Di ba kasi, alam ko kung ano yung mas makakabuti para sa'yo na kunin mong puso kasi puro ganito tayo. I mean, nandito tayo sa field ng mga lawyers. So, mag-law ka para hindi napuputol yung angkan ng mga abogado sa atin, gano'n. On my part, lahat sila from my grandparents, as sa mga kapatid ko, as sa mami ko, nasa medical field sila lahat. So, mga doktor, yung sa dad ko, my mom is a nurse. So, yun, puro nasa medical field sila. And then, pag dito naman, nasa political side naman kasi lawyer ang lolo ko. So, during that time is, ang gusto nila maging lead ko is sa medical field. Dahil since lahat nga sila nasa medicine and, but the problem with me is, hindi ko sila sinunod. Hindi ko rin sinunod ng lolo ko. I took up humanities during that time. Nag-humanities ako. Before, syempre, nag-pulse ako. They want me to pursue a course na katulad din nila. Ang reasoning kasi ng dad ko is narito na yung foundation natin and yung mga uncles ko puro nasa medical field. So parang gusto nila yung parang continuation. So ako hindi talaga kumaan sa hospital because takot ako sa dugo. Yeah, and during that naman na time ni Lolito, actually, he's not forcing naman to take up law. Pero, yun, at least suggest lang sila. So, yun.
Kasi, yung sa'yo kasi, I think you're in that stage.
Hindi, nasa dalawang kasi ko dalawang culture. Kaya
you're in
ako
that
medyo
stage na
binabalance ko rin.
rebellious stage ba?
Kaya kanina, when I was listening to her, I was processing and trying to balancing na, no. Kasi I was into different culture bali. Yun, pag nandun ako sa Amerika,
I think ang nangyayari sa'yo, nasa rebellious stage ka na they are instilling to you, uso yun sa generation natin.
I agree. Maybe,
uso yan sa generation natin.
I'm not just aware. Pero baka,
ini-instill ng, like what happened to my cousin. Diba? Ini-instill sa kanya yung gusto ng parents. Ayaw naman niya. And I think that's what happened to you because hindi naman forcing but they are, lining you up. They are paving you this path na gusto nila ito yung i-follow mo. And parang ikaw, you want na you prove it on your own ano yung gusto mo ngayon. Now, you ended up taking law. I think you've liked it ever since pa. It's just that siguro because it's a mere suggestion from them.
Earlier.
Because it's a mere suggestion from them. It's not from you.
But for me naman yun nangyari naman sa akin. It's not of parang pushing me but more of convincing me na mag-medicine ka na, sige na, si kuya mo dentist, tapos yung bunso kong kapatid is a neurosurgeon. So mag-medicine ka. Hindi talaga. Hindi talaga. No matter how they convince me, hindi nila ako ma-convince. Because of the fear.
Saka hindi din kasi pwede sa'yo yung sa medical field kasi yung may trauma ka kasi sa blood.
Hindi, may trauma ako sa blood. Hindi mati, alam niyo, pag nakita ko ng amount ng blood, tapos pag dodoktorin mo ako, pag nagdoktor ako, patay. yung
True.
pasyente.
May phobia kasi siya. So,
During our time kasi is talagang yung mataas na level of respect
respect.
sa mga parents and whatever they see, kasi ang nasa puso, nasa isip natin na ang inisip lang naman nila is for what is best for us, di ba? So it's very easy for us to follow them, to obey them, and I can say na during our time, masuno rin yung mga bata. Though may mga bata naman sa time ngayon na gano'n pa rin naman, masuno rin at mababait, no?
Because they value
Pero kasi,
obedience eh.
Oo,
They prioritize on
iba
it.
yun.
And tayo yung generation
Ay,
na may GMRC na subject.
And actually, before we do some decisions na gagawin natin, magsabi hindi yung sa atin lang na tayo masusunod, ito, naisip ko ito, gagawin. No, we do consult our parents kasi we care for their feelings. Eh. Pag ginawa ko pa ito, matutuwa. It's not pleasing them, but more of sabihin yung respecting them as
We
our
don't want them
parents.
to be offended.
Oo. We don't want them to be offended na pag ginawa ko to, masaya nga ako, malungkot naman sila, di ba? Mas maganda pag ginawa mo yung isang bagay, during the time, pag ginawa mo yung isang bagay, hindi lang ikaw ang masaya, kundi pati sila masaya na rin.
Yeah.
And in terms of education, values education, mataas ang ng pagpapahalaga sa pag-aaral during our time. I'm not saying na meron din mga ilan na pabaya, meron din na mga sa pag-aaral, meron din mga, but if we compare, I don't know, I don't have the statistics, pero sa akin based on my observation, mas marami na mga bata ngayon na hindi ganong pinahalagahan yung yung education nila compare before. Sa akin lang yun, kasi tayo during our time may oras ng pag-aral, may oras ng paglaro, di ba? There's always a time for everything, di ba? So capital discipline is very significant.
Oh, kasi tayo yung generation na uwi ka ng ganun oras kasi dinner time.
Yeah. And during dinner time talaga, wala yung, kasi ngayon, dinner time, kaya sa atin bawal yung may gadget pag nasa harap ng
Table.
when it's dinner time, yeah. Bawal. So, kasi yun kasi yung gusto namin din i-impose sa mga bata na pag dinner time, ito rin yung time na we can talk eh. Not only enjoying the food, hindi yung time na nakakausap mo yung mga bata, di ba? You can ask them how's your day, di ba? How's school, di ba? And that's the time na nakikipag-ano sila. Kasi today, kung mapapansin mo, even naman pag pumunta tayo sa resto or sa mga fast food chain, diba? Pagka nandun yung mga isang family, ang hawak nila cellphone, iba mga tab, diba? Pero magkakaharap lang sila, diba? So para for me, if I'm going to compare our generation to today's generation, mas strong ang family bonding noon.
Pag nagdi-dinner tayo, nakikita natin sa kabilang table, complete family, having dinner, celebrating ang birthday, kasi diba sa mga restaurants kinakantahan or binibigyan ng cake. So, nakita natin they're celebrating. But then, while they're eating, they're not talking.
They're still using their gadgets.
They're on their phones.
They're talking pero parang yan namang limited access of communication.
Eyes on their phones.
Oo.
Diba?
Like us, when we're
parang formality na
really
lang. And the sad thing there is it's being normalized by the society. Rule of being professional nga eh. If you have a meeting or you're talking with somebody, you're not supposed to look at your phone or answer any calls. So before that, if you're expecting any call at all or any messages na you need to look into, sabihin mo beforehand. Tell them na I am expecting a call or a message. Is it okay if I look into it from time to time? Kasi dapat yung focus is dun sa kausap mo. Dati rely lang parents
Dati,
diba?
we were not allowed to have
hindi tayo masyado binibigyan
diba?
ng baon. Hindi
ako,
pera
I remember nabibigyan na ako pag may mga projects na kailangan bayaran.
You have to ask.
Kasi may lolito is too busy din naman na siya pa ang pupunta sa school para bayaran ng yung mga miscellaneous or yung mga projects na dapat bayaran. So, that's the only time na nakakahawa ko ng pera. Pero, aside from that, food baon kasi.
Well, I think now,
I
because the
think,
parents are working, both parents are working na. Dati kasi,
yeah,
uso
yeah.
kasi yung housewife. Ngayon, may housewife man, nagra-racket naman. Mga raketera
And
yung mga
I remember may
housewife.
yaya kasi kung noon
Oo.
I have manang rosing with me.
Mm.
And up to
Oh.
now naman, nandyan pa rin siya.
Mm.
Sa amin siya tumunda.
Oh,
She's like a second mom to me.
Manang.
Kasi manang rosing niya. Yeah.
Oo.
Today, totoo lang, kapag sinita sila ng magulang nila or they were asked of something, sabi ko nga sa'yo, mas matapang pa sa magulang.
Mm.
Sabi niya,
Just come across this term, yung helicopter
Oh.
parenting. Like a helicopter, just checking on the ground, close supervision ka, pero nasa helicopter yung parents. Na, oops, yung ginagawa mo. At saka isang
Yung nakikita
difference din
ko-
pala yung, yung respect for authority ba, no? Nabanggit natin yan kanina, pero naalala ko lang,
Oo.
dati kasi parang when we arrive home, kami kasi we have to, make mano. If we have a family gathering, pag
Oo.
batang hindi nagmamano, parang sinasabi ng mga
Disrespectful
lolo,
yun.
walang modo.
what's this?
Yung ganun.
Additional doon sa helicopter parenting, yung pagiging overprotection, di ba? Minsan na mga parents are driven by the desire na protektahan yung kanilang mga anak away from any harm or difficulty, di ba?
Napapansin ko din in between kasi yung mga kapatid ko, mga millennials na yan eh.
Mm.
Pag may bisita sa bahay, talaga din, nag-good morning.
Oo.
Oh.
At least may mga greetings.
Meron talaga din, respect and
Or kiss.
politeness.
Sometimes beso.
Oo.
Or kiss. Sa amin naman kasi, kiss. Kiss. Kasi mami,
Pero
baka
even-
chugad, di ba?
even any kiss ba?
Kiss.
Basta a sort of there's a form of respectful gesture, polite gesture na makikita mo if a younger one addresses an older one or faces an older
Sa
person.
amin, kiss.
Ngayon
Kiss sa
kasi
cheek or forehead.
parang
Pero mga bata naman, hindi naman. They still doing the mano.
but
And
it's because we brought them up that way. I kept on reminding them. I never miss pag umaalis ng bahay. Before we part ways, I will remind them na be polite. You say good morning, thank you, please. At saka if you have a chance to help out, like pagbitbit man ng plato papuntang sink or ganun, you do that. Ayun. So, to summarize everything na diniscuss namin, ganito na lang. I'll give an example conversation. So, unahin natin yung conversation about screen time. So, sabi ng nanay na baby boomer sa anak niyang millennial, nakikita ko yung mga anak mo, they use tablets and smartphones at a young age. Dati kami, wala kaming luxury na ganyan. So, we spend our time playing outside and, using our imaginations. Tayo yung kasing generation na parang luto-lutuan, diba? Bahay-bahayan.
Yeah.
So, ang sabi naman ng anak, I get your concern, pero kasi technology is part of our world now. So, importante na yung mga bata, they be tech savvy because that's how it is now eh. Everything is digital. So, we do encourage them naman na maglaro din and be creative. So, as much as possible, we try to find that balance. Now, on helicopter parenting naman, sabi ng nanay, very hands-on ka sa mga anak mo, no? Lagi mo silang chine-check. And then, at the same time, may freedom. Pero kami dati, mas may freedom kaming binibigay sa inyo. And learn on your own. So, sabi ng anak na millennial, the world has changed a lot kasi. So, kailangan namin ngayon to be more cautious about safety. And there's so much information out there, very accessible na yung information. We want to make sure that they're safe and prepared for the future and yung kinoconsume nila na information is with parental guidance pa din. On work-life balance naman, sabi ng nanay na baby boomer, kayo ng husband mo, you prioritize work-life balance more than your career, no? So, kami dati, we really work hard to provide for you eh. Kami yung generation na wala, busy si mommy at saka si daddy. They're on a business trip. Ganyan. Or hindi available yung parents kasi busy. So, bakit kayo ganyan? Are you concerned about your financial future? So, sagot ng anak na millennial, They do value work-life balance because we're saving for our future. We just believe that yung quality time namin sa anak namin is very essential, and we want to enjoy yung now, hindi lang yung retirement. Plus, yung career path kasi namin nowadays in this generation have changed so much. So there's myriad of career opportunities. And on gender roles naman, sabi ng nanay na baby boomer, I notice yung pagpapalaki mo sa anak mo, hindi ka na masyadong strict sa gender roles. Kami dati, clear kung ano yung para sa lalaki at ano yung para sa babae. And di na ba importante para sa inyo yun na ma-teach yung ganong klaseng value? So, sagot ng anak, we want to give our child kasi the freedom to explore ano yung interest nila and talents without being limited by gender stereotypes. So we believe in equality and we want to support them in being their authentic selves. So, on family dinner naman, sabi ng nanay, family dinner sa time namin, very important yan. We have to sit down together every night. And dapat, pag time for dinner. And ito kasi yung time that we connect and discuss our days. Kayo ba, ginagawa nyo pa din yan? So, sagot ng anak, we try our best to do that. Pero kasi, yung schedules namin sa trabaho and yung mga activities ng mga bata, medyo nakakahinder dun. So, we aim naman for family dinners din a few times a week. And pag we do that, we tried our best na pinapa-implement sa kanila na bawal cellphone. Tsaka, seldom lang tayo nagkakasabay. So, let's have a meaningful conversations. Now, on discipline naman, sabi ng nanay, kami dati, discipline, very rigid eh. Talagang pinapalo namin kayo pag kayo nagkasala or nagbi-misbehave kayo. So, sabi ng anak, well, now, times have changed eh. Hindi na acceptable yung physical punishment now. So, mas focus namin yung time-outs, conversations, teaching our kids bakit itong certain behavior mo mali. And it's about understanding and empathy. It's more of talking than, physical discipline. On education naman, sabi na nanay, kami dati more traditional eh. School, homework, and discipline talaga yung main focus namin. Kayo ba? Ano na yung take nyo dun sa education? Tapos sagot ng anak, we value education din naman. But we encourage lang our kids to be more curious and explore yung interest nila. And focus on creativity. So, hindi na siya about grades. It's about personal growth and passion. So, on parenting, sabi ng nanay, well, I'm proud of how I raised my kids. Even if different siya from paano kami pinalaki. But parenting evolves with each generation. So, yung approach nyo ba seems to work for your family? So, sagot ng anak, well, thankful kami sa pagpapalaki nyo sa amin. So, we learn from the past and we adapt with the present. Ang goal lang namin is to raise happy, responsible, and compassionate kids in the world that they'll inherit. So, nandun pa rin nandun pa rin yung values. Yung emotional well-being across generations. Nag-i-increase siya eh. Makikita mo there's an increased focus on children's emotional well-being and recognizing yung importance ng mental health. Diba kung napapansin natin ngayon, marami nang nagsisilabasang informations about how to improve mental health and how to, take care of it. And with the millennials and Gen Z's parents, they prioritize inclusivity and diversity in their parenting. Teaching their children about tolerance and acceptance rather than that strict, parang one line, type of discipline. So, balancing independence, there's an ongoing debate kasi nito. Kung ano bang balance dapat, yung overprotective helicopter parenting or yung more lenient na free-range parenting. Kasi it all boils down pa din to not just the culture but yung mismong attitude or yung um, how yung dynamics ng isa't isa sa family. Kung sa tingin nyo, yung anak nyo is free-spirited and siya yung madaling madala and ma-influence ng iba, it's not wrong to apply the helicopter parenting because we need to supervise them and close supervision talaga. And if you see naman na medyo may pagka-independent and responsible na yung anak nyo, then you can be more lenient to them. So it depends on the uniqueness of each and every kid. So kayo as parents, you observe your children and you know your children. You learn how they live their life and how they do their day-to-day so that you can also apply kung anong karapat-dapat sa ganitong type of behavior. Kasi, and remember, iba-iba yung anak ka. Hindi porke ito yung style of parenting mo sa isa, ito din yung i-apply mo sa isa. Remember, each and every person is unique. And each and every person has their own ideas and may sariling isip yan. And their character is different from the other kid din. Siguro ang ma-advise ko lang, yung foundation, well, una talaga, you put God first, no? But yung foundation talaga, i-instill nyo talaga na may respeto sila sa'yo at sa isa't isa, sa ibang tao. Kasi from there, hindi ka na mahirapan and how you will guide them through. Kasi if they respect you, they wouldn't dare do things na alam nila na makakasakit sa'yo, makaka-offend sa'yo, and they will respect kung ano yung values mo for being dictated by your generation. So, how about you, Mahal?
Sa akin naman, hindi naman masama yung technology na siguro yung kinabibilangan ngayon ng mga kabataan. But what is important is huwag din naman mawala yung value sa kanila na in-impart sa kanila na kanilang mga magulang. Siguro ang pinaka-best pa rin is, for me siguro mas maganda it's a combination of discipline of yung time natin and then yung ngayon. Magiging madali para mas maunawaan tayo ng mga bata since modern na kasi ang technology and we're not against naman sa pag-unlad ng teknolohiya, but then again syempre yung values, yung sabi natin pagpapahalaga sa pamilya, sa mabuting pakikipagkapwa-tao dapat lagi naroon yan, hindi mawawala. Siguro I mean if you allow me, for parents, I'll give you some short message lang coming from the Bible. Kasi sabi sa Ephesians, sa chapter 6, verse 4, di ba? Parents, treat your children in such a way as to make them angry. Instead, raise them with Christian discipline and instruction. So as parents, siguro, it's good that we're disciplining our child, pero wag naman din sa point na we're disciplining them na masyadong harsh na to the point na napanghinaan na sila ng loob. Sa maayos na paraan ng pagdidisiplina sa ating mga anak, hindi naman kailangan na sobrang strict to the point na yung nga parang nagiging rebellious na sila against us. Hindi naman yung sobrang luwag to the point na sa sobrang luwag, nawawala na yung values sa kanila. Teaching them to be humble and to be respectful, not only to us, but dun din sa iba nating kapwa-tao.
And for those na parents, they are asking some things from us. Like, it seems like parang inoobliga tayo, or it seems that it's our responsibility, especially when we're earning na, and they're asking something from us, about ikaw yung magbayad sa kuryente, bili ka dito, ito yung ikaw lang mag-grocery, ganyan. Well, to address that one, if it's mabigat sa'yo kasi di pa kaya ng budget, then you communicate it, parang apology kasi di ko pa muna kaya ngayon, but I can contribute naman in my own way. So, okay lang ba na 1,000 lang muna or 500 lang muna. So, ganun lang. And then, if it's kaya nyo naman, maglaan kayo for them. Kasi, it's not parang inoobliga kay, and don't think it, if it may seem, na it may come across to you na ganyan, na parang inoobliga ka, just brush it off and think it this way, na you're just paying them back and then you're just trying to take care of them ngayon in your own way. And sa kaya mo lang, hindi ka naman pinipilit na itong buong bayaran mo. If ganon, we cannot control that anymore because it's how they talk, it's how they speak. Pero on your side, what you can control of is how you will react and how you will respond. Now, within your means pa din. If ano lang yung kaya mo, if they asked you something na ganito, well, sabihin mo, that's gustuhin ko man, pero ito pa lang kasi yung kaya ko. And okay lang ba if ganito lang muna? With due respect pa din, and yung trying to be polite in spite of the emotions that you're feeling. Kasi importante yun. And no matter how it goes with your family, it still depends on you If hindi ka nire-respeto, if you think you're not being respected by your parents or your grandparents or your kuyas and ates, then your siblings will then, irespeto mo pa din sila. Because you owe it to yourself na maging mabuting tao. Even though your environment is not.
Ang pinakamalaking rule kasi dito ng parents din, as what the Bible said sa Proverbs, diba? Teach a child how he should live and he will remember it all his life. Kapag tinuruan natin ng tama yung ating mga anak, hindi nila makakalimutan yun, yung mga tamang asal, yung mga buting values, yun ang magiging gabay nila.
I hope we imparted some sensible informations and perspectives to you. So again, thank you for being with us and staying up to the end. Just keep on commenting on what contents you want us to discuss, and we'll gladly take it up. So again, thank you for watching
and
being with us.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you for...
And hope na makasama ulit namin kayo next time. And thank you very much din sa mga walang sawang sumusuporta sa amin. We're on our 34th subscriber. Maraming salamat po sa inyo, and hope nakatulong itong ginawa naming pag-usap or discussion para po sa inyo, especially sa strengthening of the relationship of the parents and the children.
Thank you for joining Mornings with Vince and Ira.
Yeah. Shoutout na lang din sa ating mga kasama, sa mga subscribers, sa mga ka-armado. God bless all.
And make God the center of everything that you do. Goodbye.